Hello there and welcome to my channel. My name is CJ Thomas. I'm the CEO of CJ Thomas Management, the author of Credit Power. And what do I know about credit? How am I talking about credit? What does she know anyway? I've been there. I've had the bad credit and now my credit is excellent. I can apply for anything and I don't have to cross my finger of whether or not the institution is going to give it to me or not. I can proudly say that now, and that's what I want to do for you. I want to get you on track so that you can walk into any institution for a credit product and you don't have to cross your finger of whether or not they're going to deny, decline, or approve. Cross my fingers. Okay, so I'm even getting 2 credit cards all at once. I wasn't thinking that I was going to be denied. So, declined or denied. Now, I've worked in the financial industry for many years, mainly banking and mortgages. So, I've seen all sides of credit. I've seen the good side of credit and I've seen the bad side of credit. So today, I'm here to tell you how you can get on the good side of credit. Okay? And the first thing you have to do is you have to shift the mindset of having a bad credit and there's nothing you can do about it, because there is something that can be done about it. And so that's where we come in. We help you to get back on track with your credit and we coach you into what to do. And there are people that within 6 months, they know that they're buying a house or whatnot. And so they'll come to us 6 months prior. And so we'll get everything on track so that they can get the best interest rate for their mortgage. Because believe it or not, your interest rate is based on your credit. Okay, so you must have good credit in order to get a good interest rate. So write this down. Interest rate, and the best interest rate is based on your credit. So this is how bankers and lenders decide on what interest rate you'll be paying. It's all based on your credit. Now, if you're wondering why is your credit score so low, because you're paying every month anyway. So if you're wondering about that, your credit score is based on a few factors. Okay, so there's in Canada the credit score goes from 300 up to 900. In the US it's from 300 to 850. We have 2 credit bureaus in Canada. We have the Equifax Canada and we have TransUnion. Now your credit score can go, like I said, it's anywhere between 300 and 900. So low, we start looking at low credit anywhere under 650. It's not the greatest. Okay, so over 650 and above, then of course your credit is not bad, it's good, right? So but there are other factors in your credit profile that is looked at as well. And so, for example, how are you paying your bills? Are you paying your bills on time? Are you maxing out your credit cards? There's major things that's looked at, right? Do you have a proper nice credit mixed in there? A little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. What do we have in the credit mix? And so another thing that we look at is how long or what's the length of your payment history. So payment history is 35% of that credit score, payment history. Another one, and credit utilization is 30%. So credit utilization, and that's how, are you maxing out your credit card? Are you using all of the credit limit every month or whenever? Are you actually maxing out your credit card to the limit that the bank gives you? What's your credit limit? Are you maxing out your cards? So what we suggest is for you to keep your credit usage to 30%. The institution would like for you to do 35%. You're allowed, of course, you're allowed the whole amount, but for you to fix your credit and in order to have excellent credit, you need to get to only use at least 30%. I know there are going to be times when you might go over that 30%, right? There might be even times when you might have to who knows? Situation happen, life happens, as they call it, and you may have to even max it out. But as soon as you can get it back within that 30% range, that's what you should do. I want you to be able to walk into any institution and get whatever product you're applying for. If it's a mortgage, if it's insurance, believe it or not, I was surprised to know that car insurance companies are running your credit. Alarm companies are running your credit. If you want to get an apartment, the landlord is going to run your credit. Okay, so if you want to apply for an apartment, the landlord is going to run your credit, because they want to make sure everybody is looking to see if you are credit worthy. Come on, people, we can do this. This can be done. You can do this. Just shift your mindset. Sometimes we even have to change our friends, because our friends is going to be like, doesn't matter, let's go credit that shoes. Don't credit the shoes, you don't need it. You have so many shoes at home. Come on now. Okay, this is only February 2019, so you have enough time to fix your credit within this year, and then you can work on your goals, because in order to get to your goals that you set, your financial goals that you set for yourself, you must have good credit, or you won't be able to reach your goals that you set for yourself, financial goals, right? So I'm here to tell you that the two major things on your credit report that lenders and creditors are going to be looking at is your payment history. So over time, how you've paid or not paid on time or not. So your best bet is to pay your bills on or before the date. That on all your bills, if you look at them, it's going to show you minimum payment, and a date is there attached to the minimum payment. Minimum payment is this much. Try your best to pay more than the minimum payment, so that you can get everything on track. Okay, so is that clear to everyone? If you have any questions or concern, you can drop me a line, you can email me. That's what most of my clients, we just email back and forth. So you can email me and I will answer those questions for you. Another thing that I want to mention is that you have to make that commitment for this year to get your credit on track. Because if you're just going to always complain that you don't have good credit and my credit is so bad, it's just going to remain the same. You have to make the decision. You have to commit to the decision that you make to get your credit on track this year, so that you can start building wealth for yourself. Okay? When you have good credit, you can get unsecured money to borrow. And that is money that's not attached to a house. It's not attached to a car. It is free and clear. Okay? Now, what I always encourage my clients to do, of course, you must have good credit in order to get it. But what I encourage them to do, if they want to, say, start a small business or something, or just to have a little money there, so that if they ever need it, because it's to get a line of credit. Okay, so I would encourage you to, after you get your credit back on track, is to get a line of credit. And that is money that's you can just have it sit there. You're not paying any interest on it. But if you use it, then you will be paying interest. So it's not like a loan. A loan, that you're paying interest on the loan the day you sign those papers. You're gonna have to start paying interest payment on the loan. And sometimes when you take a loan and you're not really ready to use the money yet, that's why I kind of advise against the loan, unless you don't have any choice, right? But if you do have a choice, because when you take out a loan and you sign that dotted line, sometimes I've seen people that start using the bank's money to pay back the bank. So basically, they're using the loan money that they just borrowed and that they're not ready to use it to pay back the loan. And sometimes sometimes it can happen if you're not aware of it. You'll be using all the bank's money to pay back the bank, and then you still hold the bank because you hold them now the interest that they have charged you on this loan, right? We have to think ahead of these corporations. I worked for them. I know. I know how I mean, everybody, it's a business. And so everyone is in business to make money, right? So the bank is no different from any other businesses. They're just in business to make money. So you have to know how to play the game to win, right? Everything in life is a game. So you just have to know how to play this game to win. And so you can win by having your good credit and then leveraging your credit to get whatever you want. But we don't know these things because nobody teaches us anything like that. They just hand us these credit cards and say, here you go. Congratulations. You've just received your nice credit card. And nobody tells you, pay it on time. Don't use more than this much. It can help you to build excellent credit for yourself. And it can help you to build wealth for yourself. Wow, that's amazing. But how many people knows this? This is why we're teaching this. I want to get this across to every household, you know, because we don't know these things, right? Nobody teaches these things. So your goal is to get your credit on track this year. Within the next 3 to 6 months, I would say, get your credit on track. If there are derogatory things on your credit, your credit report, that can be fixed, okay? Sometimes, like I said to a couple of clients the other day, because they didn't know that alarm companies were actually running their credit. I said, did you sign any paper for them, any paperwork? Did you sign anything for them to run your credit? They didn't even inform the client that they're gonna run their credit. It's a house alarm company. And so they run her credit, and then of course you have this inquiry that is pulling down the credit score. And this inquiry is there, and she didn't sign for them to, you know, she didn't authorize. There was no authorization for the company to run her credit. Nobody talked to her about that. So we have to get the credit bureau to take it off her credit. You know, it's so many things that we don't know, right? And so many things. My friends always say, you're like a bag of information walking around. I have all this information. So let me know if there's anything you need to know about. I'm a coach, so I can coach you in different areas of credit, of course, and how credit works to get yourself on track. If you want to get your credit on track this year, you may have to go and get some more income. If the income that you have right now is not enough, whenever you're trying to pay off your debt, ensure to put most of the money on the bills with the highest interest rate first. Okay? And so you work yourself down. So while you're doing that, while you're paying off the highest interest rate bills first, you pay the minimum on the other ones on time, on or before the date. So this is how you're gonna do that until you get your bills in check. Okay? So that's what we encourage you to do. Pay the ones with the highest interest rate first, and then of course, then on everything else you should make your monthly payment on time, on or before the date. And so when that one is when you're finished paying off that one with the highest interest rate, then you go on to paying off the other ones. You grab another one and you pay. Now, if you have a line of credit, there's so much I want to teach you guys. There's so much I want to teach you guys. Now, if you have a line of credit, you can use your line of credit to pay off all your visas, all your credit cards. Hello, I'm teaching you here. I'm teaching you stuff to get yourself back on track. So build your credit, then you get the line of credit. Use the line of credit to pay off all your credit cards. The line of credit is so much cheaper than the interest rate is so much cheaper. So it's cheap money. We always say cheap money. It's so much cheaper than the credit cards. So you use the line of credit to pay off your credit cards. And then you have your line of credit that you're paying, which is way lower interest rates on your line of credit. The credit cards, store cards, MasterCard, Visas, those are like what, 19% and more. But a line of credit is way low, 11, 12, 9, depending percent, sometimes even lower than that. I think it's It's sometimes even 7%. Line of credit can be up to even as low as 6 or 7% line of credit, right? So you can use that line of credit to pay off your credit cards, and then you're paying your line of credit, and that's cheaper money. And then the money that you would use, you were allowed into paying off your credit card, you can start saving that money, start investing that money. And if you need more income, you can open a small home-based business. So you can start writing off your gas. You can start writing off your gas for your car, a percentage of your gas for the car, a percentage of your house bills. You can write off. Because if you have a room that you use for your office, you can write that off in taxes. When you do your taxes, that little room there that you're using, you can write that off. You go talk to your tax guy. They'll inform you of how that's work. But I know that you can save some money there. So you see how you can start thinking about your financial life just like you think about any other thing in your life, right? Think about your financial life just like you think about anything else, because the thing is, yes, you're working physically now and you're working really hard and you're trying to build your life and everything, but you're not going to be able to work strength. You're not going to have the strength to do the physical work later on, right? So then your money should be working for you later on. So credit is going to be the thing that is going to get you out of the rut. Trust me on this one. Write this down. Credit will help you to get out of the rut. And sometimes you have to shift the friends, because your friends is going to say, let's go to the mall. Let's go spend some money. You don't need to go to the mall. You don't need to spend any money on things that you already have and nobody cares anyway. You already have all these things. You don't need to pile some more stuff on whatever you have. So leave that alone. You don't need to go to the mall. You don't need to be buying more stuff. You already have enough stuff. Okay? So shift the paradigm of I'm poor, because you're not. Well, we were born rich. Okay? Bob Proctor has a book that's called You Were Born Rich. So whatever you want to create can be created. Okay? Everybody else that's doing really well financially, when you look at them, do you see that? Do they have an extra arm? Do they have an extra leg? Sometimes they don't even have arms or legs, and they're doing so well. Well, what makes them do so well? It's a mindset. It's the mindset, people. Change that. If you can change your mindset, you can get whatever you want in this life. The belief. Just change that belief. Okay? And you can acquire whatever it is that you want to acquire. Trust me. I know. I've done it. So that's why I know. I had bad credit. I was one of those people that would tell the collection agent to go ahead and put this bill with all the other bills that I have at the credit bureau at the time, because I didn't know any better. Because my friends, we were all doing that. We would laugh about it, not realizing that the person with the last laugh, that's the person. Okay, so there's a saying that say that show me your friends. Okay, so sometimes we have to kind of change the friends so that we can get ahead a little bit, until you get ahead a little bit more and a little bit more, until you are way ahead of where you really want to go. You're not really measuring yourself up to anybody else, but you have your plans and you have your goals of where you want to go. And sometimes they're in the way. Sometimes they're just in the way, and you kind of just want to say and just go and do what it is that you have to do, because you have a plan and they don't. So sometimes you have to just break away and go and do what it is that you're supposed to do. Okay? Now, another thing that I want to touch on, but I believe I'm going to talk about it in another video. So like and share this video with some friends that could use some credit help. And don't be afraid to email and ask me whatever credit question that you have. And I do have another couple of videos that I talk about mental illness in my family. So you might want to kind of check those out as well. I'll talk about different areas of credit on this channel and how to get ahead pretty much. Okay. And yes, sometimes we have to break away from the friends because they have a different path that they're heading and you have yours, and sometimes it's just in the way. Sometimes it gets in the way, and then later on you can look them up again if you need to, but sometimes you just have to break away so that you can move forward. I'm telling you this because I know sometimes you just have to, because the goals are so different, and the last thing you want is to be on your deathbed thinking about all the things that you should have done that you didn't do because you were either distracted or afraid. So let's get those out of the way, and let's be on the right side of credit so that we can build wealth for our family and ourselves, people. This is important. Write this down. Nothing comes easy, but when you know where you want to go, nothing is going to stop you. Nothing and no one, because that's what you want to do. Okay? So nothing is going to come easy, but in the meantime, you are going to stay on track and get well. So write this down. You cannot escape the prison unless you know you're in one. And sometimes our friends don't realize that they're in the prison of credit. Credit prison. The bad credit and all the bills and everything is just holding them down. So you have to recognize that you want to get out in order to start to pull yourself up to get out. First, you have to recognize that you're in one. This is the situation. I need to get some more income. If you need to get more income, you can start an online business. There are so many online businesses now. The two off the top of my head is Etsy. It's an e-store, okay, and Shopify. Shopify and Etsy. Those two. Basically, you don't even have to see the products. There are drop ship. You can get your product drop shipped. So in your store, you just have a picture of the product, people. All you have in your store is just a picture. You don't have to go buy anything to put in your store. That's where everything is going now. Why not jump on it and start to make some money from it like everybody else is, right? So you don't have to have the physical product. All you're gonna do is you'll have your Etsy store or your Shopify store. You put the picture of the product in the store. You put a price on it. You first check your price out to see what you can get it for, and then of course you mark your price up. So you're gonna have, so whatever is left is yours. You don't even have to see this product. This product is shipped straight from the company into this person's household, and of course you get your money first. So from that same money you can buy the product. You get paid up front. So this is why you need your line of credit, or so that you can use from that to buy the product after the person ordered the product, and you know the money is there to pay back the line. Oh, I want to teach you guys so much stuff. I want to help you to build yourself up, lift yourself up. It's time. You ever hear they say that sometimes you don't know where the information is going to come from, but it's going to come? Here it is. Here it is, okay? So believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it, because you can. You can change the paradigm of credit, of the way you see yourself. Oh, we're poor people and all this kind of foolishness that my friends used to say all the time. And I said to her, I have a friend who she's always saying, oh, I'm poor. And I said, stop it. You're not poor. Okay? Because if you say it enough, then you're going to believe it, and then you're going to be poor. So you have, and then she started to say that she was broke. And I don't even like that one either. Okay? So I told her how to shift the whole thing and how to tell herself that money in my life is flowing into my life. So money is flowing into my life daily. And I told her to shift her paradigm from we're broke. I don't know if she still have it, because you see, it's a belief, and once it's in there and if it's ingrained, and if you're just saying it, you have to actually believe it. You can't just say it. You have to believe it. But if you say it enough, you'll start to believe it. So I guess she's on the right track still when she said, well, I said money is flowing into your life freely. So money is freely flowing into your life. So get out of the, oh, I'm poor or we're poor kind of thing, because you were born rich and nobody's different from you. And if they can do it, you can do it. Okay? The people with no legs are doing it, no arms, and they're doing it, and you have 2 arms and 2 legs. Come on. Come on. We can do it, okay? So let's get on track. Let's get going, and I will see you on the other side of credit. Check out those other videos that I have on my channel as well. You might learn something from those, and come back here within a few days and I'll have some more information for you. Love you, and take care of yourself and of each other. See you on the other side of credit. Have a good one.